Pain and suffering can be like holding on to a barbed wire fence, and sometimes to bring relief to oneself is letting go of that barbed wire fence. So let's do an EFT tapping to bring a bit of release or bring a bit of relief to that. So taking full responsibility for our own well-being and repeating after me. Let's go with that flow and begin to tap. Even though I've had some pain in my life, and this pain may have been recent, or it may have been long ago, and I'm carrying a lot of suffering in my life. And some of this suffering I may be clinging to. I still deeply and completely love, honor, and accept myself, even though I may not really mean to cling to this pain, to this barbed wire fence. But what has happened is real for me, and I don't want to let go of something that I know. And I still deeply and completely love, honor, and accept myself, even though I really know this pain hurts. It's something that is familiar to me, and I'm scared to let go. And I still deeply and completely love, honor, and accept myself. This pain in my life, this pain that I've sustained, this pain that I've had to carry, it was not fair. And it really hurts. And I'm hurt by this pain. And this pain creates suffering. Suffering throughout my life. Suffering with how I interact with life. And it's very restricting. Like holding on to barbed wire. Those thorny barbs. Those experiences that have happened to me. Really like to dig in. Others might like to have digs at me. And force that pain a little deeper. And it's not fair. And I'm really hurt. And I'm experiencing hurt. And this pain that I know. This suffering that goes on in my life. It is what I know. And has become familiar to me. And I've learned many survival mechanisms to deal with this pain and suffering. Some of these have been healthy, and some of these are being perceived as unhealthy. All in my effort to find some comfort, to find some relief from this pain that has happened to me, and the suffering that is attached to it. And this suffering flows into my life and restricts me from experiencing more of my life. Because a lot of my time and energy goes into maintaining ways to keep myself safe, to keep myself here and now from the pain and suffering that I've sustained. And that's very brave of me, because I didn't ask for this pain. And there is a part of me really crying out for some help and some attention. But I may be distracted by attending to the suffering rather than attending to the pain. It's like when a doctor wants to have a look at something, some injury that I've sustained, and I'm clinging tightly to that wound because that's my way of keeping myself safe, of holding myself together, of protecting my wound. But in order for a doctor to have a look at the wound, to give it the attention that it deserves, so it can start to heal, I need to let go of my wound, let go of this barbed wire. Because my pain doesn't define me, but it may be confining me from more experiences in life. And when I start to address this pain, when I start to bring awareness to it, rather than the resulting suffering, I can start to treat the root cause of it. I can start to bring relief to it. And I can start to live a bit more freely in my life. This comfort of this pain, of what I know, of what I've come to know, may be just a survival pattern. And I want to move out of surviving and more into thriving. And with addressing all wounds, there's going to be just some discomfort in that. But when I look at the discomfort that I'm already in, even though it means change, maybe it's a change for becoming better, better within myself, having better relationships with the world, and having better relationships with others by releasing some suffering. I'm open to releasing some suffering. It's not my fault what happened to me, but I can tend to my wounds by letting go of the need to protect myself from harm that's already been sustained. I'm empowering myself to let go and to address my wounds, of all the feelings and emotions that come with that. From this release, I will give myself the love and compassion that I deserve, rather than holding on to that barbed wire. And giving myself a new form of belief, deep within myself, that I truly deserve good things. And I'm proud of myself with how I survived. And I'm going to be even prouder with how I thrive, of how I moved through, of how I overcame, how I gave myself love and attention, despite the wounds that were inflicted upon me, in mind, body, and spirit. And taking a deep cleansing breath in. And out. So yes, holding on to barbed wire, it's clinging to something. And sometimes that is what we know, and anything that is outside of what we know is even equally scary, even though it may mean healing and moving on from some patterns that weren't quite serving us, some behavioral patterns, and moving into a new sense of self, a new sense of being. And whatever that may be, it will be for ourselves for once. So I'm Dion from Eflowtion Support Services for EFT Tapping online, one-on-one. If you're interested in that, check out eflowtionsupportservices.com, links in the description, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.